universe and world.
There's your fucking take.
Sorry, I came out a little hot.
Yo, dude, I mean, relax.
The youngest and the tightest.
Hear me out.
Of the break.
This isn't a cult.
You stupid motherfucker. Oh my god. Welcome back, YT Gang, to another episode of DJVW. This episode and all episodes of DJVW are brought to you by Rise.
Goodyear.
Nope.
No.
God.
Sorry.
Nope.
No.
Not the.
Oh, boy, that'd be nice.
Brought to you by Rise Superfoods and their delicious mushroom coffee.
Dave, what's in this mushroom coffee?
So many things, Jay. I'm glad you asked. There's cordyceps. There's lion's mane.
No.
There's Reiki.
Really?
There's goddamn turkey tail.
There's rapey in there?
No, man, Reiki.
Oh.
It's a mushroom. It's used for energy, to boost those energy levels. There's so many good things in Rise mushroom coffee.
I'll tell you what, since I've been drinking my Rise mushroom coffee,
Go
I
ahead.
have noticed a few things. I've had more mental cognitive.
Yeah, a little bit more focus.
Sure, I have sustained energy.
Ooh, which is important for your boy, because your boy goes hard in the paint on the bag. I saw you this morning.
Thank you very much. I have long-lasting erections.
I know, this is not that ad read.
And I've
That's
been able
Blue Chew.
to see in the dark.
Listen, these things, are they provable? Not necessarily. We're going to need
these. This is what I'm getting from
This is
my...
what, yeah, and hey.
So look, it varies, okay?
Sure,
These
it does
things
vary.
But for me, I'm having long-lasting, sustaining erections, and I'm also
looking at
seeing
those,
in the dark.
looking at his boner in the dark. You know, yesterday, I woke up in the morning. I typically fast till 12, right? So I woke up in the morning. I'm fasting. I start doing some deadlifts, start doing some chin-ups, do a little bit of leg lifts on the chin-up bar, get a nice workout in the morning, and then noon rolls around. I have a nice breakfast, or late breakfast, avocado, fresh orange.
Is this still part of the...
It is.
Oh, Jesus
eggs and everything.
Christ.
And then at the end of it, and plus all my vitamins. And then at the end of it, I top it off with a cup of Rise Energy mushroom coffee. And I just felt like...
Great story, Dave. Now, what's the promo code and where can they find
promo
it?
code is DJVW, which saves you...
Rise Superfoods.
God
R-Y-Z-E Superfoods.
And it saves you 15% at checkout.
Now, Dave, what does that come out to after our 15% off when you use promo code DJVW?
Well, the bag itself costs $36. But
$36?
After 15% off, you're talking a clean 30.
That's it?
That's it, bro.
For supporting a great company and a great podcast?
That's it. That's all it takes. You want to do something good for you? You want to have good coffee? You want to have a drink that's only 15 calories per serving?
Do you want to see in the dark?
Do you want to see in the dark?
Do you want boners?
Dude, I mean, it's a no-brainer. You want to have a good drink. You want to do something good for you. If you're on the ketogenic like I am, then it's not going to kick you out of ketosis. I'm still the keto kid. I'm still crushing it this month.
That's right.
It doesn't make sense to not do it. All right? Everybody drinks coffee. Why not have coffee that does a little
something
extra
for you?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. So head over to risesuperfoods.com.
R-Y-Z-E
That's
Superfoods.
Right. A lot of people keep spelling it the wrong way. It's
because you're a moron.
They are morons. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's 4 letters, guys. R-Y-Z-E.
I was spelling it wrong.
That's what was going on. Jay kept trying to buy the goddamn coffee. He's ended up in a different website. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. RiseSuperfoods.com, and at checkout, use promo code DJVW and save yourself 15%
How do you
off.
like that promo cut, Randy?
God damn. How about that, Randy? Thanks for the compliments, though, Randy.
Keep watching, Randy. We love you.
Anyway, dude, what's going on right now, and I feel like I have to mention it, is there's a damn blizzard outside.
There sure is. It's
We're in the
actually
middle of
happening. It's happening right now.
It's happening right now. So after the show's over, I have an express route out of here because I drive a goddamn Elantra that doesn't have 4-wheel drive, obviously.
Okay.
And I can't be sliding sideways all across the road, so we got to slide after this. But we're like
you would
in
be
the
doing
epicenter.
You'd be doing your favorite thing, which is Tokyo drifting all over
dude,
the
well,
place.
that's what people. Whenever it snows, everybody starts driving
terribly.
It's amazing. Yeah. One of the things they do is they go incredibly slow, and it's like obviously you want to be safe, but what people don't understand is when it comes to snow, you need momentum, dude.
Sure do.
You can't really slow down. I mean,
Can't stop, won't stop, baby.
this is not good advice, but I've blown through lights when I see that
All
nobody's
the time.
coming. No.
All the time.
Only in snowstorms.
And
right?
if you want to have a couple drinks too before you head out
well,
anywhere,
you need to loosen the nerves up, dude. You
Sure.
got to get into a flow state, and
It's
nothing gets you into a
nerve-wracking.
flow state like
Yeah.
a couple of shots of whiskey.
right before you drive, just to
This
take
is
that
not-
edge off.
This is not an advice-based podcast, by the way. But yeah, man, it's something that everybody seems to do. They start hitting the brakes, they start slowing down. Next thing you know, you're passing by. I mean, the other day when we had that big storm about a month ago,
Yeah.
I was blowing past trucks that were stopped on the side of the road because they came to a complete stop and they couldn't start up again. Their tires started
Yeah,
spinning,
yeah.
and I was
then you
going,
got out and
"Psych."
started blowing the dudes
I was
in
like,
the cab.
It
You're
was
just blowing left and
It
right.
wasn't like it was going to help them or anything like that. It was just kind of like I see
It was
an
more-
opportunity
it
to
was
suck a dude off.
It was a for me thing.
That was
Yeah.
it was definitely a for me thing. I mean, not to say that it doesn't. There's not benefits for you too, but I just saw an opportunity to
I
blow
always
a dude.
feel bad for girls who are like blowing dudes. You know, there's just something about it where I'm like, it doesn't do anything for them,
No.
and it does everything for
well,
you.
I think there's chicks out there that love a dick in the mouth. I think that's
No way, it doesn't
of
do
course
anything.
Of course, there are chicks out there that love a dick in the mouth.
That's like
There are
having
chicks out there-
having a bland ice pop in your mouth
dude.
for an extended period of time.
Okay.
With a salty, creamy center.
sure. Now hear me out.
Doesn't that sound terrible?
It does sound terrible. However, on My Strange Addiction, there are
Sure.
people that eat couch cushions. So if there are people that enjoy eating couch cushions, then there are people that enjoy sucking on a bland, creamy, salty ice pop.
I saw the one lady that loved sniffing baby powder, and to add to it, she was fucking blacked. It looked like she was doing white.
Wait, so what was she?
So
was she
she
like
was-
blowing lines in
No,
it?
she was like,
Oh, you're definitely
so
getting
she
some
was
baby
taking-
powder in there.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, she was
That's not
inhaling
good.
a lot of baby powder. And then her friend like was watching it because you know how they released that I have this weird thing, and then
Yes, and then they have to have an
the friend,
intervention with the friend.
Yeah, and then they were like watching it, and then she started laughing, and then when the girl really started getting in there with
She
the
stopped
powder,
laughing.
she started crying. She's like, "Oh my god,
Oh my God, my friend is that's not even fun shit. Be addicted to something fun.
Teresa."
Hey, let me tell you about another white powder that you can have a lot more fun on. Be
Cocaine.
addicted to cocaine, and I will have so much more respect for you than I do if you're addicted to snorting baby powder.
That's the intervention. That comes on after that.
That is. You ever see that one intervention where the dude met his kids? It was the black guy, and it was
Oh,
like
no,
his
don't
kids.
do it.
Dude, I love it. It
Don't-
actually hurts me to see
don't.
it. But there,
That
you know,
guy-
it's like he was homeless. He was a boxer too. That guy.
he
he had
was
hands. I
so
saw another
ashy.
video. I saw he was
He's
impossibly ashy.
he was
ladies and
Haitian
gentlemen.
ashy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
but I did watch another video where he smoked some dude outside
Sure.
of a convenience store.
What, did he smoke crack with him?
No. No. He gave him the hands.
Oh, that
he
kinda
beat the
smoke.
brakes off.
That
of
kinda
him
smoke,
because he
okay.
fucked with him, but he was homeless and
Sure.
and his kids had to have an intervention with him because he's doing all these drugs and
And then he turned
said-
into a werewolf.
He told him to because his one son who's gay, he was
Here it
just like,
comes.
I spent my whole life
Hey,
looking at
let
every
me be the
black
son.
man.
Wait, let me be the son.
Yeah, okay, go.
And the thing is, I still love you.
That was it. I practiced that, by the way.
Dude,
I
I'm looking
at the waves on that.
I'm looking at the vocal range on the computer.
Matt's
what
gonna have
Dave
to tighten
did.
that one up a little bit.
That one was powerful.
But I'll tell you what, that shit always made me sad watching that guy soul cry. That's what me and my boy called it. We called it
that's
the
a soul cry,
But those
yeah.
intervention shows are like, me and the wife have been watching my 600-pound life. But the dudes that were on it, a lot of you guys, if you watch this, you'll be familiar with these because they're like the most famous ones. The Asante brothers. One of them is 730 pounds, and the other one is just hitting 600.
I seen the sisters, 1,000-pound sisters.
Oh yeah, how are they? I didn't get to watch.
have
that
about
one.
17 sody pops.
Yeah,
diet
sody pops.
sodies.
Do they talk like that?
Diet sodies. Yeah.
they talk
the
like
one
that?
girl looks like a fucking mushy
Yeah.
human.
This dude
she
literally
doesn't even
has-
look like a part of the human species anymore.
No, at some point they're not.
they look like their
they're-
own creatures.
Oh, here's a great example for you. I gotta mark this down. What time is it? 9 minutes?
Yeah, 8:56.
So I'll bring up Asante Brothers. But look at that fucking dude. That's the one that's 700 pounds.
I'll tell you what, he's got a super nice set of sideburns on him, though, doesn't
He
he?
does have a mean set of sideburns on
He's
him.
got a dope
He's also
curly
mentally
hair.
ill and possessed by a demon. And you should
well,
see the
then
way
that
he
will
gets
happen.
off. People, if you become 700 pounds, your soul door is wide open and
It's-
all kinds of
it's-
entities.
It's right for the taking.
It's ripe for the. You are so far from young and tight.
Dude,
you are
could you-
as old and as loose as you possibly can be.
Could you imagine the anal sex on a dude like that?
He lifts his gut up to show his dick a few
Oh.
times. It's weird.
He's got a
smiles.
piece?
Nah, you couldn't see it was all blurred out, but like it's interesting because he lifts his gut up,
Sure.
and that whole area is void of any like
Life.
bulging.
Life.
No, not life. It's all miscolored. It's all very dark, very
Okay,
dark, very
sure.
dirty looking.
Do you think he jerks off?
I think
Can
not. I
they?
think it's too much work because he had to.
It is. You know, sometimes it is.
They called it a skin curtain. That's what he calls it, or a skin apron rather.
That
And so he has to
sounds
lift
like
his
something
skin apron.
a serial killer would tell you.
I
Right
want to
before,
wear your skin apron.
I'm gonna fucking show you my skin
Yeah,
apron.
when, in the future, while I'm cooking and I reach for the apron,
Ugh.
it's gonna be your skin apron. That's what I'm gonna whip
that's so
burgers up in.
gross.
But this guy has a whole draping, and when people come to clean him,
Sure.
he suddenly like lights up.
Like
and you
Mary
can
Maids?
see-
Mary Maids come
what's
in?
that? Oh yeah,
The service, Mary Maids?
Well, at some point, it's the hospital staff. You know, they're
Yeah.
he's stuck in a hospital bed.
Dude, we should start a company where we clean fat people.
Dude, I can't fucking do that.
We could put them in we'll put like a little tub around them, and then we'll just wash them with a stick from about 6 feet away.
No.
Rye Superfoods.
No,
That's
dude.
RYZE Superfoods.
This
You look
morbidly
like you're
obese.
about to throw up.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's this morbidly obese cleaning is brought to you by I don't know, man. It's so frustrating. You ever see the videos where they try to eat broccoli and they gag?
Oh man, that pisses me off
Dude,
when
I
I
want
see
to
that
punch
kind
them
of thing.
in their fucking mouths. I just want to clap them straight in the chin because something about that is so offensive that you would gag at broccoli, but you'll look at yourself and
Yeah.
it's all good. You won't puke at that, but you'll puke when you. And
I'm
yeah,
telling
these
you,
people
man.
have problems.
When
Fuck 'em.
when some of those thick girls, I saw this one girl. She was like 6'50".
Yeah.
but she could still get out of bed and walk. You know.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
she would
this
have
guy
to,
can walk too,
She would have to sit on the toilet and wash herself. But then she had an Insta career thing, like a video thing.
For being fat and disgusting, like
She
one of
would
those.
do makeup and she would do like sex things, like eat in front of the camera,
Oh,
and like
like a
guys.
mukbang.
I guess they would masturbate to her eating.
Yeah.
and she's all made up though.
It'll take a long time. How long do you think?
to get ready. Her 6
no,
hours.
No, for you
Ah.
to be able to blow your load.
Sure.
Pulling the old dong
Yeah,
to videos of,
Yeah.
of morbidly obese people eating.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, I think you could pull it off.
Me?
I could pull it off.
I'll do it in 3 minutes. I'll
no,
do it
get
now.
out of here.
I'll do it right now.
I'm trying to be honest for once with the audience.
I am
I'm trying to be honest.
Dead honest. I'm hard
Get-
all the time.
There's no way you're
I showed you
pulling
that
that
video,
piece.
that guy flying around. I
Yeah,
got hard.
yeah. And
I
you know
get,
what I
I get
did?
hard to just shaking my legs, bro.
I didn't like that guy. I felt like he was not because Jay before the show starts he goes, look at this guy, and if you get a boner it's okay, if you're attracted to him it's okay, just let me know what you think. And it's like, you know, some dude, he's an artist, musician,
He's an
singing.
English guy,
yeah,
sings
and
like
he's
Cotton
suspended
Candy.
from ropes at a show.
White tennis outfit.
White tennis out. Did he have wings on? No.
Yeah, he had wings on.
He had angel wings on.
You don't go up there without wings on, my boy.
Right. And what I'm saying is, I don't know. There was nothing. I thought you were gonna show me like like a Hugh Jackman, like some obvious stud who like if like you know you hope he has a piece on
You
him.
don't
If Hugh
want to fuck
Jackman
a guy
doesn't
like
wanna-
Hugh Jackman.
I wouldn't. But at least that's
want to
attractive.
fuck a soft person.
No,
It's not
no,
soft and
if
pliable.
if I have to fuck a dude, if I had to, like, if I was gay, I would obviously choose like a dude who fucking was like jacked
Sure.
and handsome. Why
Yeah.
would I choose? Why would I go gay and then choose like a feminine
That's
looking?
arm candy. Well, that's kind of weird when like lesbians, where you see like their
Yeah.
girlfriends and they're like they look kind of like you, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
You know what I think is weird? Lesbians are. This is gonna get us. This is the one that gets us canceled.
Dude,
when I see, I'm
can we
treading
just
lightly. I'm being careful.
tread lightly?
Hold on, wait, no. Lesbians, when obviously, like, especially many years ago, it was so hard to be gay. You know, now it's a little bit easier. It's still not completely an open thing where nobody judges you, but a long time ago, way worser, right? When we were kids, it was way worser.
Is worser?
Way worser.
Is that
As
a
I'm
real
saying that
word?
ironically. Please don't tell me
Okay.
that went over your. So what happens is you spend all this time in the closet. You deal with all this shit with your parents and society judging you. And then finally, you break free of these chains and you decide to be who you've always been inside, except in public
Sure,
now.
sure.
And you decide to get a bad haircut and wear flannel and look like that's who you were inside all this time? You were hiding in the closet to come out and be a dude who's very mediocre looking?
You should have been inside of a better closet.
You should have been in a way better closet. I don't understand it. I'm like, I'm pulling for you to express yourself and be exactly who you want. But when you decide to be who you want and you look like your flannel with like a pixie cut
a lumberjack chick,
you look like a lumberjack lesbian, and I go, that's who you couldn't wait to be.
If I came out of the closet as gay, I'd look like Lady Gaga.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'd be like,
fashion.
look who Jay was waiting to be, bro.
I'd come out
look
high
who he was.
fashion.
He was hiding inside of his soul, and he couldn't wait to come out and be this beautiful
Lady Gaga.
butterfly.
Yeah.
And in their beautiful butterfly is a lumbersexual dude. Like, what the fuck, bro? I don't know why. I just want better for them. I don't care who you love. I don't care what you want to do, except for I just care how you dress.
Better.
Just dress better. Don't be a lumberjack. Okay.
Hey. Lesbian ladies out there, do us a favor.
Do better.
Care about what you look.
That's it.
Like,
That's
okay?
it.
Just do that.
That's it. We drip for you, drip for us. Okay.
You could munch on whatever boxes.
I don't give a damn.
But just fucking,
don't come out here.
Untuck your shirt, guys.
I can't take. I don't want to look at you and go, you work at the Home Depot. That's not what I want to see. All right. I want to be empowered.
You don't want to look at him and go, Al Borland.
I want to look at you and be empowered. I want to look at you and go, fuck yeah, this person fought their ass off, and then and they finally got the strength and the confidence and the lack of fucks to give to finally be who they are in public, and then that's who you.
You know what's funny is like sometimes like you'll be with some guys and shit, and they'll see like a chick on like Instagram, because I know that one girl, Rose, whatever her name is, Celeste Rose, she's a lesbian, right? She bangs chicks.
You talking about the chick from
Celeste Rose? She like dances on the internet. She's real pretty. She's got red hair.
I'm not sure. No,
anyway, she's real pretty. And I was like showing like a couple of the guys. I was like, hey, look at this. You ever know that this chick is gay?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, that's terrible. We lost one. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You had no chance.
That was gonna work out for you. I love that shit.
I can't believe she's gay now. I can't fuck her.
Oh shucks.
You couldn't fuck her
chick?
before.
Are any of these chicks her?
No, I don't know how you spelled that. But
that's what Google said. Did you say Celeste Rose?
No.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is a funny thing that people do. And then there's also the idea that you can convert a gay person back to whatever. What's the hetero?
Yeah. I was listening to some podcast, I forgot what, but they were talking about like when they sent like people to like gay camp. Like to try to turn them back.
Yeah.
And then like there was one actor who's gay was saying like, my parents sent me to a camp with other teenage gay boys that were hiding in the closet. Not a good move.
No.
They were.
You just send them to a place to suck a bunch of dicks, bro. Are you kidding me? You show up, you get off the bus, you're all sad, like, they're gonna make me pray the gay away.
Dude,
and then all of a sudden you look around and you're like,
I'd be coming back and be like, send me back to camp every month if you want. I'm completely okay with it.
That's what I'm saying. I think in the gay world, for dudes at least, it's got to be because women typically like to be romanced, and men. We have a long history of not giving a shit about being romanced.
Imagine being you, except wanting dick instead of vagina.
Like,
and then the dude like me.
Yeah. And I was like, yo,
and
bro.
I got an appetite.
Right. And I go, yo, you want your dick sucked, bro?
Dude, let's suck each other's dicks at the same time.
Right. And I look at my time and I go, got a few minutes, bro. Let's bang one out.
Let's do it,
And then
dude.
afterwards, fist bump, high five, and then we go off and we do,
and then we
cool
drive
hood
away
rat
in our
shit.
Hyundais.
That's it. Separate ways in our... Yeah, we do both have Hyundais.
Yeah, we do.
Isn't that cute?
We could start a car club, dude.
We could start make Hyundais cool again. I don't think they were ever fucking cool. It's unfortunate.
Never.
But yeah,
I
man,
did. I saw this one guy this one time. He had glasses.
Mm-hmm.
He had like a shirt and jeans, pair of Vans. I had like, a pair of Nikes on, shirt, jeans, glasses.
You looked at him. He looked at you.
He had the same car that I had.
Oh.
In black, and I never see a dude wearing like using my car. I only see old women and regular women.
Yeah.
We pulled up next to each other.
Old women and regular women.
We pulled up next to each other at the Whole Foods. We got out of the cars and we looked at each other like, "It's a good car, right?"
Did you say it?
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah,
it's a good car.
And we get great gas mileage." He's
Dude,
like,
that's what I say all the time.
You're the only other dude. And turns out you're my doppelganger.
Yeah. Well,
and you fucking drive the same car as I do.
That's the thing. Like, it takes me $20 to fill up my tank. $20.
Yeah.
Fill my tank up.
Well, I use premium.
Really? Do you?
I do, yeah.
That seems a little...
Because I care about my vehicle.
Sure.
Yeah.
When was the last time you got an oil change?
About 1,000 miles ago, and I go top it off every 1,500 because I use a full synthetic. So why don't you just stand the
full
fuck down?
synthetic, not a blend, not a blend.
I have a high mileage vehicle, 105,000, and I'm trying to make her last.
Do you do a lot of driving?
I do enough.
You do enough, yeah.
Where I want my vehicle to be able to get me back and forth.
All right. Well, I mean,
Dave,
all of this to say, Hyundais are great, bro.
I'm
They're
a
good,
man.
All right.
I'm a man who cares about his vehicle.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I never.
And if you want to get gay with me,
bro,
you better care about your vehicle,
dude.
too,
I do
bro.
care about my vehicle.
Then
bro.
let's get gay together.
All right, bro. Gee, see, it's that easy.
It's that simple.
In the gay community, it's got. And if it's not that easy, that's disappointing because you figure that these dudes really figured out the cheat code to just getting a dick suck whenever they need a dick suck. And like that's what I like to think. I like to think, like, man, I'm not gay, but God bless all those gay guys for just figuring it out. You know what I mean? Like, you just need a dick suck. You just need somewhere to bury your dong. And you want to go have a few beers and play pool afterwards.
Just looking for holes to fill, bro.
That's it, bro.
I'm just looking to fill.
We don't have to have a relationship. And if you do have a relationship, it's probably dope. You're probably hanging out, watching Dragon Ball Z,
working out together and
wrestling.
shit. Yeah.
Bro, it's probably amazing. Every once in a while, you get a boner when you wrestle. You find a home for that boner.
I would love to just come home and like watch and like the same movies.
Yeah.
And like be able to do some jiu-jitsu.
And then you get some body shots and you wrestle up a little bit and then, somebody's got a boner. And you go, here, I got a place for that.
You know what?
It's not that bad.
I'm going to go. I'm going to do it.
I think we're going gay. DJ VW goes gay. Yeah, man. To segue off the gay stuff before we started the show, you mentioned the whole Carlos Mencia thing on tigerbelly, and I had actually been watching that last night.
Oh no shit!
Yeah, I was watching clips from it. I hadn't seen the whole thing, so you said something that I wasn't aware of. But to break it down to people, Carlos Mencia, obviously everybody remembers Mind of Mencia. He used to do the retardo noise, like that was like a big thing for him. Eventually, he ended up dying out. The reason that he died out is because Rogan and a bunch of other...
Yeah, well, allegedly he was stealing material from other comedians.
Yes. And so Rogan more or less exposed him on stage. Carlos had the mic in his hand, was doing some stand-up. Rogan got on the fucking stage. Somebody gave him a mic, and then he basically outed him on stage for being a joke thief.
Yeah.
And whether or not it's true to
guess
the extent...
Guess that DMT wasn't telling him not to do that.
Wasn't
that day.
very woke back then, huh? Very aggressive move.
Pretty aggressive.
That is a very aggressive... I mean, dude,
all he needed to call him was the F word,
That's
you know?
But and now, fast forward, how many years? I think he said 14 years on tigerbelly. It's been 14 years since then. And he's doing an interview with Bobby Lee and his wife or his girlfriend. I forget her name. I think it's Kalela. Kalela.
Something like that.
Kalalala.
Some exotic name.
Khaleesi. And so and the big takeaway.
Kalila.
There you go.
Skadoosh.
Sorry about that, guys. But the big takeaway that I got from it was like, damn, this dude still is not ready to take any
accountability.
No accountability, no ownership, no personal agency.
He was saying it very cynically, like, tell me who you are, and I will. I will apologize.
Yeah.
But doing it like this.
I don't think he had an accent at all. I think
he was like,
no. I think he's
mister.
I'm
Carlos Mencia.
I think he's got a very normal...
Well, his name is fucking Ned.
I know. I didn't detect any accent is what I'm saying. And what I did... It felt very much like what he was saying, there was like a word salad going on where he kept working around in the big circle.
Yeah.
It was
and then Kalila was like trying to get him to admit something.
And he just kept going in a circle.
Yeah, and then Bobby Lee was his opener for like years.
Yeah, and you can tell Bobby was frustrated as fuck,
and then Ari Shaffir beat Bobby Lee up one fucking day.
Yeah.
Honestly...
It kind of sounds fun. I listened to the whole thing and I go, man, it sounds fun to have been there during that time and to have been friends with these people. I would beat the shit out of Ari Shaffir.
Bobby Lee, Dave's coming for you.
100%.
Just two short guys
ding,
getting at it.
Who knows? Maybe he's got hands. But what?
Well, Carlos Mencia was like talking about after the Rogan thing and what happened. And then supposedly, allegedly, somebody told him like, yo, if you need, we'll take care of this guy for you. Like, insinuating that he
had somebody
murder Joe Rogan.
I mean,
and I was just like, dude, that's some heavy shit.
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
See, that's the thing is when we talk
on
about
a podcast.
no personal accountability, no taking responsibility for it. he's saying shit like that. You know, that's the last thing you want to say if you're ready to eat this shit sandwich and move on with your fucking life. Instead, he's doing the circle that I was alluding to before that he keeps working in is like, I wish that I could just apologize. And then Kalila would say, well, you can. Like, here's your opportunity. And he would say, no, I don't want to apologize to the internet. I want to apologize to these people.
These people.
Yeah, no, he didn't have.
Who are they?
No, man, that's not. Jesus Christ, 24 minutes into it, you let me go off on the lesbians, and now we're ditching the Japanese.
Guys, nobody's safe.
Nobody's safe.
It's DJVW.
Yeah.
You get it? It's us versus the world.
Yeah, well, specifically,
and all of which who reside in it.
All the racial, all the races of the world. But it was definitely this thing. He kept working in a circle. He kept saying, like, I want to apologize. She'd be like, go ahead. He'd be like, I don't want to apologize to the internet. I want to apologize to the people. Who are the people? And she would go, well, listen, since you can't do that, apologize to the whole world right now.
Give me a blanket one. How about that?
And he would say, I really wish I could do that. And she would go, you can.
Yeah.
Here's your opportunity.
Yeah.
And he would go, I don't want to do that. I want to apologize to the people. And then the cycle would start over again.
Do you think there's a little bit of him wanting to say, look, you bitch.
Look at you. At some points, I felt like you want to say, shut your fucking mouth.
Woman mouth right now.
Bobby, tell your fucking wife to shut her
tell
goddamn mouth.
Tell that cunt to shut her mouth.
You know why I do like Bobby Lee, though, because
I don't.
In his ridiculousness that is very often off-putting to most other people.
That's exactly
it. Allows him
Yeah.
to kind of say whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Which I felt like with the Carlos Mencia thing, he was so obviously agitated and so exacerbated with the situation. He wasn't hiding that at all. I enjoyed that.
This is what I'll say about Bobby Lee. He kind of fucked me up the other day because I was listening to Bad Friends and it was the one with the Bobby's existential crisis.
I didn't hear. Okay, go on.
And then he's basically saying, like, the fuck am I doing? He's like, what do we even have to talk about anymore?
Oh my
He's
God.
like, didn't I already? I've already done hundreds of episodes. I have nothing left to talk. And I was like, Jesus Christ, guy! Like, I'm trying to make it to the top of this mountain,
and you're telling me that when we get to the top, we're gonna be like, what the fuck? It just
sucks. I'm having a great climb, and you're telling me at the top, there's nothing up here.
I appreciate the honesty, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I appreciate truth and honesty over a lot of other things. And so the idea that he even said that when he could have easily just kept fucking dancing, you know?
Chugging along.
Yep, chugging along. Instead, he draws attention to the existential crisis that is, what the fuck are you even doing? I can appreciate that. But my wife got off the Bobby train when he told the story. We were actually on the way when we were moving to Vegas, listening to a bunch of podcasts. We ran out of other ones. And so we listened to Tigerbelly, and which is not.
You ran out of all the.
No. I just
Where
typically.
I Belong.
Yes, that's right. We listened to every episode of Where I Belong.
Jesus Christ, what a long car ride!
There's a circle in hell where souls are just listening to Where I Belong for eternity. But so we get to this part where Bobby's talking about how he like shit in the back seat of a car.
Yeah,
it was like his dad's car or something, and he made his girl clean it. And that was where my wife threw the towel in. She was just like, I've had enough. And I'm like, I was never here because the people that I listen to have good character and morals. I'm here because they make me laugh. So the idea that Bobby taking a dump in the back seat and then making his girl clean it is what puts you off. I'm like, that fucking really did so. I laughed at that.
I get what he's saying because I was in Tom's River one time. We were at Seaside.
Yeah.
And we all took shrooms.
Yeah.
And we were like right by the police department.
Yeah.
And my buddy at the time had like 3 or 4 warrants on his arrest.
Okay.
He was like he was a wild dude, right?
Right.
And we were taking so many mushrooms back then that I took like a fucking full eighth and I barely felt anything.
Jesus
Meanwhile,
Christ, bro, he built up that immune system.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we were getting them.
That's
in the
why
mail.
this Rise mushroom coffee doesn't hit you at all.
We were getting these like shrooms from Amsterdam in the mail, like
Jesus
a pound. Yeah.
Christ.
So I took them almost nothing.
Almost nothing.
What happened was, the funny thing was, so I took them and it fucked me up mentally, right?
Yeah.
So later on, my girlfriend at the time picked me up.
Oh no.
Right?
Yeah.
And like a couple nights before, I had sent like dick pics to one of her friends.
Oh my God.
And
dude.
I was on cocaine, so it wasn't even a power cock.
Yeah. It was a deflated.
It was it was a handful of flaccid dick.
Non-functioning
I literally
penis.
had a dick in my hand.
Just kind of melting into itself.
And she was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Ah!" And I was like, "Get that away from me!"
The fucking mushrooms are making you.
Dude,
oh my
the
god,
mushrooms
bro.
are making me feel terrible.
They're showing you
I
what a
almost
piece of
threw up.
shit.
I almost threw up looking at my own dick.
Oh my god, bro! Cocaine dicks are non-flattering.
And I was
dicks.
like, "Oh, get it away!"
Oh,
and I
no.
did it as a joke,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
So you were
if
Bobby
wanna-
Lee in it.
If you want to suck it, go ahead.
Right, yeah. I'm just kidding.
But
unless
when
you're
I'm,
into it.
But now when I'm on mushrooms, because I felt really bad about it.
Hey, do you want to suck my melted dick?
Do you want to suck this handful of cock? And I remember that's what I labeled the picture. Hand of cock.
Oh my god, bro.
Hand of cock.
Hey, at least you had a good sense of humor. You know,
but wait.
Oh,
so,
go on.
so
It's not
anyway,
over.
no.
Oh my god.
So before that, the reason I left and she showed me the picture of my fucking flaccid dick in my hand.
Yeah. Did she leave you after that?
No.
No. All right. All right.
no.
Pick 'em.
It was a terrible relationship.
Sure.
But yeah, she was, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Nice girl.
yeah, she's in jail. So, so we're out in Seaside. We're over by the fucking police department. My boy's in the back seat of my friend who drove us to Seaside at the time, right? We're all outside of the car. He's the only one in the car. The one that has all the warrants on his arrest.
Oh.
There's a Fangora magazine in the back.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
He's
That's
looking at this
horror-
Fangora
Oh, no.
and just tearing out pictures. And then we see him over the fucking back seat of the window. So if this is it, he's like, and then poking out and then going back down. And we're like, what the fuck is up with our boy here?
Yeah.
So we look in
He's
the
on
back.
mushrooms.
He comes out and he's like, I'm really scared, man. And then he's covered in his own piss.
Oh.
And I was like, you motherfucker.
You pissed all over the back seat.
Instead of getting empathetic to him.
Yeah, you beat his ass?
I was like, you fucking mother.
On mushrooms? You were angry like that?
I was angry like that,
Wow.
dude. I know. And then later on, the karma came full back and then gave me a handful of its karma dick in
Its melted dick.
in a fucking picture.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I deserve
That's what you
this.
get for starting off the
I'm
night being a
such
piece of
of shit.
Who had to clean that piss?
Oh, he did. And then what happened was he drove him to my house.
Yeah.
Because he was living with me. And then I was like, because I was still angry at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, no, you got to get the fuck out of
This
here.
is after the flaccid dick?
This is well after the
After
flaccid
the flaccid dick, and you're still mad.
And I was just like, no, you
haven't
got to
learned
get
your
him out of
lesson.
here, and you got to fucking come back when you're
Yeah.
sober because your eyes are dilated and you are covered in urine.
Yeah.
I was like, my dad is not going to be cool with this. So yeah,
Oh, my God.
I felt really bad about that.
Well,
looking
that's
back
not
now.
a Bobby Lee. I had a Bobby Lee moment where I was notorious when I lived up on the mountain.
Notorious.
And now it wasn't anything cool. It was when you
drop it,
came
baby.
over to my place and you wanted to hang out. Once I got too many drinks in me, I would just slink off and go to sleep. I wouldn't give a fuck about hosting or anything like that. I'd leave my wife out there to wrangle people, and I would just go to sleep because I would just get too shit faced too quickly.
Sure.
And sometimes I would have a shower beforehand to try to sober up. Now, I ended up in a bathtub. I was real drunk, and I ended up puking a lot. So imagine me naked. I was in pretty good shape at this time, but I was naked, or had abs, naked, puke everywhere. Puke in the tub.
Of course.
Puke.
Where else would it be?
At some point, now my wife walks in,
Yeah.
and she finds me like this.
And once again, I revert back to this. She looks at this
Yes.
and goes, boy, I want to fuck this
That's
guy.
right. She's like, I want to spend the rest of my life with
I
this
want
guy.
to spend the rest of my life with this young gentleman.
So she rinses me off. Now, the one thing we never really talk about, and I'm pretty confident it happened, is that I tried
Anal.
No.
Oh, okay.
You're going in the right direction. Though.
Oh, I'm warm?
I tried to waffle stomp some turds down the drain.
Sure.
In that tub. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I maybe not. Maybe this is a different drunken moment and I had success and I waffle stomped those turds down the drain.
Yeah.
But I want to say that not only did my wife find me naked sitting Indian style covered in puke and sitting in puke, but that there was also a few waffle pressed logs in the tub.
It's just impressive that it's logs.
Well,
when you're
it
that
wasn't
drunk,
at that point.
It's usually a couple
diarrhea.
nuggets.
I remember
with
distinctively having to stomp them, so they
Sure.
had to be a
and
bit
then
of
punch,
sub,
and then
of
punch
sub
him
stuff.
down.
So I'm
and then use your hand to really
to
get
just
it
rub
down.
it down in there, and then it
God.
go, oh, it's clogged, and you go, oh no, now the water. So she found me. Yeah, she found me, and she's the real MVP, the Queen Cobra. Rinsed off the boy. I probably washed me because she had to lay in the bed next to me. and then helped me get to the bedroom where I had my bed pressed up against the window.
Yeah.
So I was able to open the window.
Yeah.
It was a cold winter night. I remember that.
Yeah.
And I stuck my face like this out the window.
Sure.
You know, it was face on the window ledge.
Yep.
Window shut on my face.
Great.
And then I would just go. And the nice cold breeze would hit me in the face, bro. And then I'd start to doze off. Then I'd wake up with the spins and I go. And to this day, the stomach acid has burned blackness into the vinyl siding of that house. So if you pull up and you look in the window,
you were like the fucking alien that had like
the acid blood, yeah. Except it was vomit, and
except you were just a regular dude.
But that was probably the best time I've ever had. I remember that night too, where it was the first time I tried to ride the spins out. You know when you got the spins and and you go, fuck it, man, I'm gonna see if I could, like, as if there was something at the end of the spins.
Dude.
The spins is a roller coaster ride that takes you to some destination.
Yeah.
That's not true. Those spins is a never ending roller coaster ride that only ends once you're sober. But I tried to, and that's what I would go, and I would puke, and then I'm definitely a notorious puker too. If I feel too liquored up, I'll just go, hey, I'll be right back. I got to get rid of something, and I'll go, and then I'll come back.
Man, I was at the tail end there when I was a heavy drinker. I was pissing that bed like I was MCP pants,
but you wouldn't
baby.
puke. You wouldn't puke, right?
I would never puke.
You were against puking. Were you against it, or it just wouldn't happen?
It just wouldn't happen. My body was like, no, don't send it up there.
We're gonna
send it out to the west.
We're gonna send it through the whole system, and then we're gonna get rid of it. So you're gonna get all the benefits.
So that's it. I was a pisser, dude. I used to just I'd get so drunk I'd just fucking piss myself.
Yeah.
And I for a little while I was trying to say like, I spilled some water in there. I must have spilled a beer or something.
Yeah, you tried to lie about it the
and
first few times.
then it was just like,
and
then it's embarrassing, and then
and it's
you're
cold.
Still
it gets cold
fighting
eventually.
You're still fighting her tooth and nail about not sleeping on a towel.
You never know when you're gonna wet the bed again, bro.
God.
We need that plastic sheet, man.
That last time though, that shit was bad, man. I mean, I was like on Molly, and I fucking wound up like just riding around with this dude who's dead now.
And you had pissed yourself at that time?
Not at that time because I had Molly coursing through my veins.
Yeah.
And then
then
I hid my phone under a garbage thing because I didn't want anybody to track my phone.
Jesus
So
Christ,
then I went and picked it up later, and then I'm all fucked up and everything, and I was like,
and it was still there.
I just wish I could jerk off and go to sleep.
Nope.
So then I went downstairs and I asked the neighbor, "Hey,
dick.
do you got any Cialis down here?"
Oh my God, bro!
And then fucking the guy, every time he saw me, he was like, "Hey Jay, you want some Cialis?" I was like, "It was just that one time.
It was a phase." I'll tell you
Blue
what.
Chew, DJ VW.
This episode is brought to you
by Blue Chew. Don't take Cialis, take Blue Chew.
It seems to be that no matter what I do, as far as like hard drugs in the past, my boners never worked for me. People
Well,
I do ecstasy.
There's different ways to start.
You have to have Blue Chew and ecstasy.
Well,
that seems dangerous.
When I do like ecstasy, I call it the
fire?
fire starter. I go down there and I start going like I'm just starting a fire.
Yeah.
And you just do it on the head of your dick.
Yeah.
And it'll get you going,
Do you send your wife dick pics?
No, I've never.
Okay, so I think what we need to start with this episode is
send you a dick pic right now.
No, I think I want you to send your wife a dick pic once a week. And I'm gonna do the same. We'll do it as an experiment.
I will never do this. What you're asking me, because I don't want my cock to be out there like that, bro.
It's your wife. She's not gonna send it to anything.
I don't trust her,
bro. I
don't trust that her phone never gets hacked or some young Spanish kid steals it one day. He's like, look at this guy's dick.
No, stop with the. Why does he have to? He's not a fucking straight up cholo. You sound like what did the dude Cheech
Carlos
and Chong?
Mencia?
No, not Carlos Mencia. You sound like a caricature of Mexican people.
No, that sounds pretty accurate.
Why not? Why wouldn't you? The way I see it is, I know because I sent my dick to that random Middle Eastern man that was trying to.
That was very nice.
I thought it was nice, and so part of me is looking forward to having that come back around, so I can have just like more content.
Oh, it's gonna come back around. Should this baby start fucking slapping? You know that.
That's what's gonna happen. So I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for this Middle Eastern man to suddenly see one day, like, that's the guy.
He's gonna be like,
that dude who's famous.
Do you remember?
Yeah, and I'm gonna lean into that. I'm gonna go, look, it's my dick.
Middle Eastern.
I don't know if you have to do a good Middle Eastern, bro. Yeah, one of the other things that there was only a couple things I really wanted to talk about this episode, and one of them was jobs, and the reason is because as I'm driving here, my wife is on TikTok, and this lady is talking about, I think it was, tell me what it's like to work in America without telling me what it's like to work in America. It's a weird little play on words that they do.
Yeah.
And so one of the people was just like, I had to wake up at 3:00 in the morning because of this like excruciating pain. Long story short, I ended up in the hospital and had to get emergency surgery. And my boss was texting me that it is unacceptable that that you're not going to be in for your shift and that you had better be here for 8 a.m. And she's going, I'm in surgery. Yeah. I'm literally in a hospital bed right now. And he's like, I need you to be in. I cannot have your shift covered. You need to be in. And I've just, and you know, what ends up happening is she goes, fuck you. And she has to get surgery to get like something about her gallbladder. But, and the dude's still giving her a hard time. And it just rang so familiar to other jobs that I have worked at when like there has been some ridiculous request for me to be in. Like I saw somebody, for example, on the whole TikTok thing who was like, my grandfather was sick in the hospital and I asked to leave early so that I can go be with him. And they said, absolutely not. And
because your grandfather's a fucking liar.
And then he died 2 hours later. And I was like, oh my fucking God, bro. Like,
I'm sorry, Papa.
And so it got me to thinking about bad jobs that I've had. Yeah. And there's always one for me that really, I used to work.
Ranks up there.
It's pretty high.
Yeah.
It's pretty high up there. I used to work at a Kirby vacuum cleaner place. You know the Kirby vacuums?
Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah, I used to be.
I'm 57 years old.
But they're good vacuums.
Oh, they're great vacuums.
They're fucking amazing
God
vacuums.
Damn it,
They'll
powerful.
suck the skin right off your dick. They'll lift your carpet out of the ground and everything. But
they'll suck the fillings out of your teeth, boy.
But they're great, man. They have all kinds of They're very expensive, couple grand. But
oh yeah, you can buy a decent Honda Civic.
You can buy a beater for that fucking for that price. But I used to be the repair guy for them.
Yeah,
and I remember one day.
Some old lady try fucking you?
There was 2 events that I had people try to fuck me there, and I was very young, and now in hindsight, it was very dangerous for me. But there was 2 events that ended up having me leave there. The first event was my boss comes to me. He was a very mouthy cocksucker who had an attitude and was very fucking like above everybody.
Yeah.
And he tells me one day, he's like,
well, you don't get to the head of Kirby by not being like that.
That's
know,
right.
Dave?
Well, let's be
when
honest.
You're climbing the corporate Kirby ladder,
steep
you're
ladder.
slicing throats all the way to the top.
Cutthroat SOB. And let's be honest, though, it was a father-son operation, and his dad owned the thing. And
probably molested him when he was young.
Probably molested him, and that's why he was taking it on me.
Sure.
So he tells me, he goes, I need you to go into the back. The back is where we kept all these various vacuum cleaners.
Yep.
Get me a canister type vacuum, like one with a hose. And I said, okay. Now, if you're unfamiliar with vacuum cleaners, every one of them has a hose and a canister on it.
Sure do.
Canister is what fills up with dirt.
Especially those Curbs.
That's especially the Kirby. So I
this
go in the
isn't
back.
a Kirby promo, is it?
This
Dave?
is a Kirby. This episode is brought to you by Kirby Vacuums. I never see those motherfuckers advertised, by the way. Because it's like Rolls Royce doesn't advertise.
Neither
Ferrari doesn't advertise. That's right. Neither does Kirby Vacuums. But so I go into the back, needless to say, overwhelmed by the options of things that have hoses and canisters.
It's all the same vacuum with different color bags.
That's it. I grabbed one that was specifically only a canister with a hose on it, and I was like, this has got to be it. Bring it up to the front, and my boss is talking to a customer. Now, I'm young. I'm like 17 years old or 16.
Sure.
So I interrupt him because I have no grasp of fucking manners. So I go, hey, is this what you were looking for? And he turns to me.
No, you little QAnon piece of shit.
No, this QAnon wasn't a thing. I was just a regular conspiracy theorist back in the day. He goes, hey, don't you ever interrupt me while I'm talking to a customer. And he starts yelling at me. And I'm going, oh, okay. And I put the canister down. I start walking towards the back. He's like, where do you think you're going? I've already decided to quit. I grab my jacket. I put it on. I start walking up to the front. And he goes, are you listening to me? And I was like, in front of the whole office.
You call him an N-word.
And I didn't call him an N-word. He was a regular. I almost said he's a regular man. No, he was a white man. And I did not call him the N-word. What I did call him was another slur. I said, shut your goddamn mouth, you faggoty ass cunt. And then I walked out and everybody stopped. I could see the pride in all the other employees' eyes. Like, everybody, the customer was like, holy shit. And then he followed me out into the street and started yelling at me.
Yeah.
Basically,
As cunts do.
As cunts do. Faggoty ass cunts. And what had happened was I had that job because I was put on probation for kicking somebody's ass. And I needed that job. And that's how I pitched it to him.
And
I was like,
and that's how you left the job.
How I left the job. Well, I told him, I said, when I first got the job, I said, I need this job. My probation requires that I have a job. So he threw that in my face as I was leaving. He's like, you're lucky. You would be out on the streets if it wasn't for me, which is totally an exaggeration. I would have gotten a job at Dunkin' Donuts. Let's relax, right? But and I turned around and I said, you know why I was on probation, right? For kicking somebody's fucking ass. And then I kept walking. It was the proudest moment of my life. And then I walked into Quick Check, which was on the way home, got a job, right? But I get home. His dad calls me up, says, nobody's ever talked to my son that way. Can you please come back? Like, they gave me a raise and everything. No shit. They gave me a $1.50 raise.
Dude, that lady that hit us up trying to get us to do that YouTube thing, she's like, check your DMs. I was like, nope.
Fuck
and then a couple other people got in on her, and then she started following them too. And then like,
bitch don't know how to take a hint.
Our one boy, Rebel Lion,
yes,
he hit us up and was like, I told that lady to go fuck herself too, and she started following me.
Yeah,
so I guess that's how you get to the top.
I think it's a language barrier.
Also, dude,
Oh, wait. But there's more to that story, and this is the quick half. I return. The very next day that I return, I get a raise. Everything's cool. A week later, I walk in the morning.
Promoted to key holder.
I just had the same job.
Four slurs later, promoted to key holder.
I walk in a week later. I feel so terrible, bro, because the owner at the time was 80-something.
Yeah.
Nice guy. Super sweet guy. A lot of hard candies in his pot. Always had a hard candy.
And hard dick.
A hard dick and a hard candy. He goes, you don't want the candy? I got something else for you to
They
suck
always
on.
got like
something.
Like
just
butterscotch and shit.
Yeah. I got a haircut once by a guy like that.
Mints and butterscotch.
Yeah, he was an old gay French man. He put a fucking expired candy in my mouth and then slapped me when he was giving me a haircut. It's fucking weird. I never went back there again. His name was like Francisco.
I started dating him 3 years later.
but so I walk in this morning. You could tell there's something wrong. He's sad looking. Right? Yeah. He's the only person in the building. And he goes, I had a bit of an accident and I was hoping you could help me. And I go, sure. We called him Senior. I said, sure, Senior, what's up, man? And he goes, come with me. And he brings me into the bathroom.
Yeah.
And he fucks my mouth.
Jesus Christ. I was like, oh my God, that's really fucking happened.
No. There is human shit all over the floor.
Josh was probably in there smearing it all over the whole
smearing turds and logs on the fucking floor. But he had hit the thing and it jammed the toilet and he asked me if I could clean it. And I looked at him and I go, Senior? Yeah, Senior.
You're out of your goddamn mind.
I did the coward's move. I said, yeah, I'll take care of it.
And then
no
you
problem.
Quit immediately.
And then I walked
to the register.
And then I walked out
opened the register.
Took all the cash. I walked to the back. And I said I was going to get my tools, and I just slid out the back door and I walked away, and I never saw that place again.
I've talked my way into some jobs that I did not deserve.
Yes. You and I are a couple of talkers. We can do that.
Oh boy, I crush at interviews.
That's right. The boys crush interviews.
Yo, so I was a animatronic mechanic at the Rainforest Cafe.
Never knew you to be an animatronic mechanic, my guy.
No, I also have zero artistic ability, and they needed me to paint things, and I was like, oh my God, I can't.
And what did you say? Absolutely. When they said, hey,
paint, you're talking to Van Gogh,
yeah,
buddy.
What if we told you that we needed you to paint some pictures? Could you do something like that? Could
For
you paint
$18.50, I'll paint you naked
whatever
children.
The fuck you.
I don't give
I'll
a fuck.
I'll decorate Epstein's private home for $18.50 with pictures of naked kids.
At the end there, my baby's mama left me. She took the kid, and my life was falling apart.
Sure, low point.
I was smoking Marlboro menthols. That's how fucking...
A pack every afternoon.
That's how low my life was getting, you know? So I fucking went in there one time, and I was just completely bombed from the night before. And I went in there, and I'll never forget the guy, Larry or something like that.
Larry.
I go in there, and I'm like, what's up? He's like, you stink like fucking alcohol. Yeah. He's like, you need to go home.
He said, you need to get the fuck out of my face, Larry.
I'll fucking go home forever, man. Don't you talk to me like that.
Don't tell me to go home, bro, because I'll go home forever.
And then he was like, he was like, well, then go. I'll have my son kick your ass.
Oh, bring him by, Larry.
Where do you live, Larry? You know? So I left, and right before I left, I broke the fucking alligator's mouth.
Yeah, the one that's sitting in the fucking little...
Pulled the mouth off.
Fuck you. Which one was it? The one over in Menlo?
Yeah, the one over in Menlo. Yeah. And then I remember I was working at animals and things, right?
Love animals
and I was working there, and I was on probation.
Sure.
No, parole.
So you had the job because it was part of your
Parole.
Yeah.
So I was out on parole, and I was working there for a couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
And then 1 week I go to get my check, and I noticed that it's like $27, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I go to the manager, and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on with this check?" And then she's like, "Oh yeah, child support called. They're starting to garnish your checks." And I go, "Oh really? Ah, that sucks." And then she goes, "I know. So you're going to be making like $27 a week." And I go, "Man, I'm really in a jam." She's like, "Well, if you want, you could take a cash advance out the register." I was like,
"Sure will.
I'm going to go do that then, Mary, and I'll be right back." So I went up to the one girl it looks like she used to eat charcoal and rocks. Her teeth were broken and black.
Right. You think that's a drug thing, or that's just a bad genetic thing?
I think it's just she didn't brush her teeth thing. She had a great ass but terrible teeth.
Yeah, it's typically that's how that happens. It's
really fucked up, man. So I go like this. I go, "Hey," because she kind of liked me. I go, "Hey, I just talked to Karen or fucking Mary or whatever the bitch name was." Yeah, and I was like, "Hey, babe."
Hey.
I just talked to Karen back there, and she said,
"You got great teeth." By the way,
she's like, "Really?
Beautiful smile." So
I go, she said I could take a cash advance. She goes, "Well, what do you need?" I was like, probably like $300.
What do you have?
And she's like, "That's like your whole check, Jay." I go, "Don't worry, this week will cover it." And I took the $300 cash advance, okay? And I then walked out of Animals and Things and never went back.
Right over to Taco Bell.
One time, I smacked a puppy when I was there.
You smacked a puppy?
Because he bit me really hard.
Oh, you gotta establish dominance.
One,
yeah. But you're supposed to do mouth hand, and you jam it in their fucking face, and it mimics their mother's mouth. And
dude, so this little fucker bit me. It was a husky, and he was like, I was like looking around. I'm like,
yeah, you got to do it. You got to do that. But yeah, it's gonna bite somebody.
I took out like a cash advance that was like, I don't know, at $27. It was 12 times the amount of my check.
What happened to that money right afterwards?
I spent it on, booze, probably.
Right,
yeah,
booze.
Something like that.
That was your big thing, was booze back in the day? That was really
I was a big boozer. That was really my thing.
I never developed a...
I love the taste of booze.
Like a tolerance.
The best hustle I ever had when I was working at the Menlo Park Car Wash. You remember?
Yeah. Yep.
I worked over there at the Menlo Park Car Wash, and my checks, man, they were shit.
Yeah.
I was only making like a little over $200 a week, full time employed. Woo. Okay.
40 hours a week for $200,
bro. I had a little thing hook up, like a little kind of. Like a little, game that I was running there.
You watch their car, and then you roll the window, and you go,
no,
dick.
No, not the dick sucks.
No,
I was taking like 75 cents out of every car that I washed, right?
Oh.
So I was putting like quarters in my pocket.
Yeah.
So, bro, I had cargo shorts on, and I would
load, and nobody asked any questions because you kept assaulting them.
$125 in quarters I was taking a day.
God damn,
and I was going next door to the Shogun Walk, the sushi place.
Yep.
And everybody was like, "Yo, how the fuck are you affording like 2 dragon rolls a day? That's like $28 in sushi, dog."
Hey, bro.
And I was like,
some of us work harder than others.
So then I let them in on the game that I was running.
Steal.
Steal the fucking money out of the cars. So what happened was everybody started doing it.
Oh,
so all the
now
cars,
people are blowing up your hustle.
Yeah,
bro.
now people are fucking my hustle up. So then they had a meeting.
Conspicuous shit like buying dragon rolls, Jay.
I was buying like $28 in sushi every day.
You should know better than
I was eating sashimi like crazy
God
every fucking
damn.
day.
Eating sashimi on a car wash paycheck, bro.
That's exactly
what
it.
The fuck?
He's like, "How's this motherfucker eat better than the boss?" Dude, I ruined the boss's rims when I was there. I put the acid wash, and he had chrome rims.
Oh, and you ate the chrome coating off?
On an IS 300.
Jesus.
And he was like, "Oh my God,"
Dad, I don't think insurance covers that.
No, definitely not.
No.
So then the one dude, he calls like a group together. He's like, "Yo, is stealing." He's like, "We're getting some complaints out of people's cars.
People are missing 75 cents per fucking car wash.
Is stealing change worth your motherfucking job?"
Well,
and I was like, "My dude, I made
job's not worth much, by the way.
in quarters last year.
I already killed it. So
I was like, fucking worth it. You know what
ahead
I'm saying?
And chop me off. I used to date a girl that would do that she worked at Dunkin' Donuts, and she would just, every time a tip would come in, she'd just stuff the tip in her pocket. She'd take it out of the cup, and, she would come back with like a good $40 to $60 a night. On top of her paycheck. So you figure if she's working 4 or 5 days a week, then that's 40, it's about $120.
Yeah.
She would come back with that a week. And of course, we spent that all on weed. All of that on
I
weed.
remember my boy Seth, he took down like 3 credit card numbers when he was working at Applebee's, called us up one day out of the blue. "Yo, what's up? It's Seth. Do you want to do some cocaine and hookers? I got 3 credit cards."
Seth.
And I was like,
my guy.
I was like, "Bro, what guy do you know
That's
takes credit cards on cocaine.
That's true.
And he was like, I know a guy. And
all right, fuck it then.
I was like, then let's go do this.
I'll tell you what, you had the Cash App back in the day. You could have figured out something with that real quick.
Dude, so he took like 3 credit, calls us up out of the fucking blue.
Yeah.
Want to do some cocaine and hookers? I got some credit cards.
It's amazing.
I was like, sounds like a fucking good time,
Sounds
buddy.
like an unbelievable
Thanks for the invite, but I don't want to get a Fed charge put on me.
Well, I mean, would you have? Is it a guilty by association
Well,
thing?
I mean, like, we did crazy shit when
just
we were younger, but
turn over on your friends.
I was always like weary about federal charges. You know, I didn't want to do Fed shit.
That's probably a good place to.
It's a good rule to have.
How many jobs do you think you've had?
Shit, man, a lot. I worked at Pathmark, ShopRite, A&P.
Yeah, you hit every supermarket, bro.
Yeah.
You could have been an inside trader.
I remember there was one kid, because I did the baby food aisle. I'll never forget it. He was like, he said something to the effect like, he came outside, he was just, this fucking dude, he used to sound like that fucking Brian. I hated this
fucking
motherfucker.
Brian.
And he goes like this. He's like, hey, which one of you guys did the baby food aisle? And then I was like, I did.
Be careful,
He's like,
Brian.
What are you fucking retarded? And I was like,
you're about to be.
I was like, this motherfucker. So I started going at him, and then the guy was like, no, bro, you'll lose your job. Meanwhile, Brian is selling mad weed out of his house. So what do you think your boys did? You pull a jack move.
Bitch, fuck you, Brian.
Fuck you, Brian. So you pull a jack move, but do you want to know when you pull it?
Yeah, when?
In a blizzard. When no cops are going to get there anytime soon.
I wonder, you know what? I worked at Pathmark during a blizzard, so it would have been some shit if he was actually working, too.
Shit, maybe we worked together.
Maybe we did.
Maybe you knew Brian.
We fucking paralleled each other for so many years, I think.
Dude, our lives were just right there.
Well, like you, I've also had many jobs. And no shit, I think give or take 1 or 2, I'm at 20. I could be at 22, I could be at 18.
I got to be somewhere in the neighborhood of like 15, something like that. I remember I was a project manager down south for my brother-in-law's like construction company. Oh. And then I
feel like you were underqualified for that as well.
Well, I went down there. They didn't like me immediately because I was from up north and because my sister was married to the boss.
Fucking state, guys.
Dude, I went down there and...
Oh, you're talking about Georgia?
Yeah, Georgia. Okay. And I threatened to fight everybody down there.
That's how you established dominance.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I went down there day one.
Yeah. No wonder they didn't like you. Day one, you're like,
I fired somebody. Yeah.
Day one?
I was like, yo, you get the fuck out of here. I was like, yo, is your name Jeff? And he's like,
my name's Jeff.
I was like, guess what? I know who you are. And he goes, oh yeah? How do you know? I was like, because your fucking name keeps coming up. And not in a good way, Jeff.
You're fired.
So get in your fucking Toyota Camry and get the fuck out of here.
That's beautiful, man. Talk about abuse of power.
So then he goes like this. He goes,
No.
No. He starts walking to his car, and then somebody was like, I think he's going to get a gun. And then I tell him, I'm like, if he's really going to do that, I'm going to go fuck him up right now. So you better know he's got a gun in the car. And then he was like, nah, I don't think he's got a gun in the car, but I'm just saying he might be going to get a gun. And then I was...
That's a good way to do that. You got to let me know for sure, because I will go and beat the shit out of him before he shoots me.
Because I'm going to jump on him.
If you tell me he's getting a gun
on his back and start gorilla smashing.
Yeah, just Donkey Konging that motherfucker into the pavement. Yeah, dude, that's what you do if somebody's getting a gun.
So then after I fired him, I said, yo, I'm the new project manager. You guys are behind. If you want to fight, we could go right there on the side of that building, and we could handle this.
I'd quit.
Because you guys fucking suck at your job.
I would quit. I'd be like, goodbye.
And then they were like, all right, then. Well, let's see what this guy got.
All right. That's that Southern hospitality. They're willing to...
No, they were very cordial considering I threatened to fight everybody on the job.
Well, that's a hard sell. If that happened to me, I'd quit. I'd be like, this is not a place that I can see. It's not going to work out.
Psycho.
It's just not going to work out.
They were doing really bad work. But I must say this from them, though. They were doing it very slowly.
Well, that's it. That's that hookworm thing, right? Georgia and the hookworm, they got parasites in their feet that make them retarded. Or something like that. I'm not a doctor, but doctors have told me that, and that's what I've come to understand.
It's a lovely
place. People from the South are retarded.
It's a lovely place if you like racism and segregation.
I do. When I went to Georgia, I got to have, it was the first time I had fried okra and steaks and mashed potatoes. It was like all comfort food and a big thing. And I was like, man, they may be retarded, but they got this right, baby. This shit is delicious.
You know, I don't think we should go so hard in the paint on Georgia being mentally challenged the way you're saying.
Okay. I didn't mean to say like not like the whole state, just like a general, like mostly Yeah, mostly they're retarded. But, like, obviously there's outliers. Obviously there are, intelligent people that come out of there. But I think it's fair to say that, yeah, most of the people from the South
they have their academia.
retarded.
No,
yeah.
I wouldn't say they're retarded. No, they're decent dudes down there.
I don't think so, but go ahead.
Well, I don't think they are. They're very nice people. And if you're watching, please like, subscribe, and share.
That's right. Yes, that's right, guys. As we near the end of the show, I have been meaning to remind everybody because, it's kind of gross when people do it on their YouTube shows, but I still think it's important. If you had some laughs, if you enjoyed the show, hit subscribe, guys. Hit the like button. Comment so we can have, fun people to talk to. If you want to support the show, you could always do so by going to patreon.com/DJVW. And if you want to put a little bit of cheddar in the boys' pockets while also having some delicious mushroom coffee and doing something good for your bod, head over to risesuperfoods.com. And at checkout, use promo code DJVW.
That's Rise Superfoods, RYZE Superfoods.
That's right.
Hard erections, see in the dark, sleep the best sleep. This was episode 32 of DJVW.
That's right.
I'm Jay, he's Dave,
it's true.
And we're out.
Bye-bye, love you. Mwah, mwah.
Dave and Jay versus the world.